Abraham believed God, and it was accounted unto him for righteousness. With this, I welcome you to yet another edition of our telecast tagged Guria Outreach, reaching you from the city of Benin. I am your host, Eguriase S.M. Okaka. Now, do you have faith like the mustard seed? I am looking at faith today because this is a very important issue in the sight of God. Can your faith please the Lord? Faith, according to the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1, declares, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. If we take a look at Abraham, you'll find that when God called him to leave Mesopotamia, he never questioned God. He never asked him where he was taking him to. But God said, go, I will show you the land where you will dwell. And Abraham went, obeyed God, till he got to the land of Canaan. And God told him that I will give you this land, and I will give your descendant this land. Now, Abraham walked with God by faith, and that faith was imputed unto him for righteousness. Can your faith please the Lord? The book of Hebrews chapter 11 verse 6 also declares that without faith it is impossible to please God. He that comes to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. That is how your faith should be, should stand above every other consideration in Christendom. Now, without faith, it is impossible to please God. If you want to please God, you must have faith, because this is a God that you cannot see. This is a God that you cannot see with your optical eyes. Rather, what you need to do is to worship him. For God is a spirit, and those that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. If you don't have faith, you cannot worship God. Because some situation will beckon to you one day and say, my friend, why are you serving a God that you are not seeing? Now, what is wrong with that person is because that person has not got faith. If you have faith, you cannot question. Like Abraham never questioned God, but he moved with what God was saying. Now, there is this story of a little child who asked his father, Lord, Pastor said that if you have faith like a mustard seed, you can tell this mountain to move and the mountain will obey you. The father said, yes, you can really tell this mountain to move and the mountain will obey you. So, day after day, the little child was going to the front of their house, seeing this mountain there, and he started praying in his little way. that this mountain should move. One day, the government decide to construct a road on that path, and they bulldoze the mountain. When this little child went to the front of their house, he never saw the mountain there. And he went back and said, "Daddy, the mountain has moved." And the father said, "Yes, really, the mountain has moved." Now, what I'm trying to say is this. Do you know that the mustard seed is one of the smallest seed on planet Earth? But when you plant this seed and this seed germinates, it becomes a mighty tree. Now, let me tell you, that is how a faithful man is. If you have faith, that is how you are. That is how your faith should grow like a mustard seed. If you don't have faith, you cannot please the Lord. You cannot follow the Lord. You cannot. Abraham had faith, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. Abraham never staggered at the promise of God. Do you know what that means? It was because of the strong faith that Abraham possesses. Isaac was his only son, and God said, "I need him, sacrifice him." Abraham never disobeyed. He went with Isaac till God said stop and provided a ram for the sacrifice. So Abraham knew God as that. So if you don't have faith, you cannot please God. Jesus told Peter, he said, "Come." When Peter saw him walking on top of the water, he said, "Master, is that you?" And Jesus said, "Yes, it is me." So what did they do? Jesus Christ now asked Peter, he said, "Come." And Peter alighted from the boat and started walking on the water. But when his fears told him, man, you are on top of the river, Peter began to sink. That is what doubt can do to you. Do not expect a doubting person to receive anything from God. You must have faith, and your faith must be like the mustard seed. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. Let us start building on our faith today until it germinates and grows mightier like the mustard seed. Now, let me tell you, Jesus Christ said, "When I come, will I find faith on the earth?" That is what Jesus Christ demanded. When I come, will I find faith on the earth? Faith is a very important virtue in the life of a Christian. Do have faith and let your faith grow and germinate like the mustard seed. So soon we have come to the end of this telecast. I am Eguriase S.M. Okaka, your host. Till we meet again sometime soon on this platform, I say bye for now.